It's quick. I don't like making guides on launch day because a lot of stuff changes, and I'd rather be playing a game on launch day. But a lot of people are asking questions about this new mastery system. It's pretty buggy right now in the sense that the order in which you pick things slightly matters, but you can like easily fix it. Like you're not locked out of anything. Like for example, uh, you'll notice it later in the stages, like where if I have three different things, I want to make sure I pick between this and this. It'll like force combat sanctuary on me, even though I want just these two. Like I don't want to put this on myself, or I don't want to put wind rush on myself. But regardless, in the early stages, you definitely want to. I'm focusing longbow first. You'll see my daggers are slightly leveled, but and then I realized I fucked up a little that I actually go for longbow because this is a pretty big talent that you want. And the way it works is it only the threshold to unlock it, it relies on this entire blue section. So I'm getting this because this counts as attack and support, so it's basically double points. And then after that, I can either get this or this, and you have to get three, and then you finally unlock bullseye. At that point, you'll also unlock lethal. No, not this. This is not the one I want. You unlock this one, and then you can level that too. Omniscience and Punishing Grip are definitely the best ones. Yet I haven't tested the other two. Obviously, you're not going to use the limb marker in PvP, and I haven't gone too into what this one does. For daggers, I actually did some testing on this. I originally thought this was going to be super OP and just boost the damage of everything by 150 or 50%. Not the case. It seems to be just basic attack, and this one is surprisingly good. I didn't understand the description, but what it does, it basically just boosts your burst damage on Thundercloud Bomb, even though it says it decreases. And as long as you have Thundercloud stacks like 20, you're doing more damage with this with 20 than without it. So ignore the whole like Thundering Bomb is decreased by 16% or something. What else? Obviously, this is a given. Dexter's power. Right now, we don't even have the capability to get 80 dex optimally, so you're going to be sitting with the evasion passive. Most of my builds even stick under 80 just for the evasion. Only the assassin builds go above 80 or exactly 80 for the crit damage, because the evasion is kind of a little more valuable than the crit damage, especially right now since we're all doing so much damage and everyone is soft. But yeah, there's a lot of leeway on what you can do, especially later on, but in the early stages you're going for these little achievements, because that's the most game changing one. So like this is the one I went for first. For example, this one, it's like of a skill I don't even use. I didn't choose to get this, it's just automatically unlocked. There's nothing else you can really do about it. It goes back to that like bug state I was talking about. Originally I thought the quest log had it where you had to actually invest points into this, but now it looks like it's all automatic. So you want to make sure you don't accidentally end up with something that like actually harms you, you know? Like you don't want to, which one is it? You don't want to end up accidentally getting this when you're in evasion build. So you make sure you keep that in mind. I was really struggling in the quest log to get this and keep some of the other passes like this. Like I was struggling to get this and keep this because it kept automatically switching it. What's the other one? I think this was when I was originally trying to get this, but you'll see what I mean later in the stages here. This is not something you're gonna like encounter a problem with now. You'll encounter a problem at like maybe like 190, 180. So it's gonna be a while. This is a big grind. The biggest jump is probably gonna be as soon as you get your first major whatever this is called, and then you get the second one at 120, and I think you fully level it at 130. That's going to be the biggest jump in power. After that, it's a lot of just minor stuff. Okay, fuck. I logged back in just because I forgot to do this. So this is my current gear. It's like a hybrid of tier 1 and tier 2 gear. That's pretty much what you're forced to do for like the next 2 to 3 weeks until they unlock all the dungeons, all the open world stuff, all the little what the fuck is it called, field boss stuff. Obviously, I don't have any Orc Boss gear yet. I'm not gonna build off of any Nebula or Orc Boss accessories or capes yet until I obviously get them. But obviously, I will build with Double Tevent. I will also have free-to-play builds in the quest log. But if you want my honest opinion, I honestly can't recommend you playing Bow Dagger in this current meta without at least a Tevent bow. You can get away with using another dagger, and in some scenarios, you're actually better off using Burkant or the new Fatal Stigma dagger. There's some very unique builds out there that are more oriented towards small scale, like 1v1 and burst, while this is more based on survival. Obviously, you have Tevent, you can go invisible. What else? Traits on these, some of these pieces are super expensive, like for example Primal Gold. I bought the lithograph for this, but obviously you don't have to go get the third trait. You can use your trait stones on the expensive stuff, but don't bother getting like mana regen or something. You don't need that right now. Everything is up in the air. Damage is like shit at times and good at times. Obviously, if you're hitting people with low evasion, you're gonna completely destroy them with this gear. But you also have low hit chance. There's nothing you can really do about that. You're forced to get double transcendent over here. Keep the double Shadow Harvester for the crit damage, or what does this give? Yeah, crit damage. And then try to get 50 strength, 70 dex, 60 perception. The only way I was able to do that for now is using Band of Universal with, of course, a full set. I think you can actually get away with using a tier 1 belt, by the way. But yeah, you're pretty much good to go. We don't know where a lot of this other stuff is going to drop. For example, the cape is supposed to drop from the open world dungeon, but they might actually change that. Not this one. It looks exactly like this. It gives evasion, but instead of weaken resist, it gives crit damage. It's pretty much the go-to cape for any evasion build. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope I'm not leaving out anything else. I don't know what else to include.